Hello, welcome back to Living Frugal and Prepping. Today we're going to be doing a show on wild edibles. Coming right up. Well, first of all, let me start out by saying that Survivor Metal Man tagged me in one of his videos on wild edibles. So we're going to go out, take a look around in our yard, and see what we can find. If you notice something different here in the Living Frugal and Prepping studio, we do have a new microphone. As many of you know, I was using a lavalier microphone going into a cell phone and doing the audio recording that way. Well, I wasn't happy with the quality of the audio, so I picked this up. This is the toner, and I'll have a link below where you can pick it up. It's not an expensive microphone by any means. The total price was $47, and that came with the phantom power supply for it and a USB audio card. So no sense in getting into all that. You can look that up on YouTube. There's plenty of videos about it. I've watched probably about 30 of them. So anyway, on this wild edibles, I know of a few that I've got out there, but what I wanted to share with you, and I'll put a link to it in the description down below, is an app that I had seen somebody else on YouTube or on Facebook, I can't remember which, using. It's called, what is it called? Plant identification? Well, they're just calling it plant.net. And what they're doing is I don't know if you can see that or not. I'll put a little picture of a description of what the app looks like. But what you can do is you can go out in your yard with this app, take a snapshot. Well, you go into the app, and in the app they have a little camera icon. You take a picture, and then after you take a picture, it asks you if it's a flower, a leaf, or there's a couple categories there, and you pick what the item is. I've tried it once, and it worked pretty good. I just took a picture off of a flower that I had taken a picture of last year sometime on my computer, and it identified it off my computer. Anyway, let me get dressed. I'm sitting here in a pair of shorts and t-shirt right now, so let me get some long pants on, because we do have a lot of ticks and fleas out there in the yard. So let me get dressed up, and I'll meet you out in the garden in just a minute. Well, here we are out in my yard, and the first thing I want to point out, there's a lot of bugs flying around. First thing I want to point out is what's above us. I've got two big oak trees. Now, a lot of people don't think of oak trees as food, but the acorns are very nutritious. They do take some processing. You've got to leach out the tannin that's in it to make it edible, to make it good for you. The tannin will take the good stuff that's already in your system and discard it if you don't properly process the acorns. I will put a link in the description down below to a video that is really super good I found about how to process the acorns and get rid of the tannin. So that's one thing. Let me go ahead and take a break here for a minute. I'm going to get my phone ready, and we're going to try out that app the what did they call it? Plant identification app, the plant.net. So I'll get right back to you. Okay, well, we're going handheld here now. Found first plant, and we did use the app, and it did recognize it. Now, in the app, when you send the picture through the app, it'll come up with different ones. You have to kind of scroll through them and see which one best fits the plant that you found. And I'm not sure how they pronounce this, plantain, plant. Anyway, let's see here. And here it is. Okay, we just found our next one here. Let me show you what I just found. And there it is. And of course I'm not going to eat it because I don't have any water out here to wash it with. Let me cut this open. Wild onion. Okay. There's a couple of big patches in the yard here. Let me get on the other side of the camera here and I'll show it to you. Okay, these have been trampled, I believe, by deer. I got a lot of deer that come through the yard here. Anyway, there's one patch. Let me see if I can, I'm up against my solar panels here. Zoom the camera around here and see, where are they? There's another big patch. We'll walk over and look at them here. Let me lock this camera down on the tripod. Hopefully I'm not making you dizzy. I'll cut some of this out. Anyway, here's another patch of wild onions. There's another big patch. I can't see where my camera is actually looking at. It's too light out here to see the viewfinder. Anyway, there's another big patch of onion there. Okay, well, we're gonna cut this off and see what else we can find, and we'll get back in just a minute. Well, it's the next day. I got kind of chased out. I got back there in those tall weeds and started getting eaten up by mosquitoes, so I kind of abandoned that at the moment. I was able to find a couple of other plants, some dandelions out there, and a couple other small things that yarrow. And there's a plant that looks just like the yarrow, but it's not yarrow. So you have to make sure you look at those leaves, because there is another one that looks almost just like it. Anyway, I wanted to show you a couple of items. This here is, well, both of these are decks of cards. Let me zoom in here. Okay, this one here is a really good one. It, well, let me show you one of the cards. It has pictures of plants on one side, and okay, there's the picture of the plant. Let's see, what is this one? Chamomile. Okay, and then on the other side of the card, it gives you all the information about it. I'll leave a link down below to this, and something nice you could pick up. Kids could have fun. Let me pull this back out. kids could have fun playing cards and learning a little bit about some of the wild edibles around them. Now this one here is another deck, uh, wild berries and fruits. And zoom, come on, focus. There we go. Now these ones here, they only have pictures of the fruits. It doesn't really tell a whole lot about it like the other cards do. Excuse me. Anyway, I'm indoors today. It's raining outside right now. We just had a nice little thunderstorm go over. Shoot, there was something else I wanted to mention, but anyway, I wanted to wrap this up so I can get it into the computer and start processing it and stuff, or post-production as they call it. And I'm really not going to tag anybody in this. I don't think I did this video fair enough evaluation. Like I said, I got just totally eaten up out there yesterday by the mosquitoes, so I headed indoors. I want to thank you all for watching. I got a video coming up. I have had a request, a local person, a ham radio operator, also a YouTube fan, wanted to know about the equipment that I use in the studio. I guess all my recording equipment and what I use to make my YouTube videos. So I'm going to be doing a video on that coming up real quick. Anyway, until next time, I'll leave links to, let's see, I think I talked about the microphone in the beginning, so I'll leave a link to it down below in the description, and I'll also leave descriptions of the cards down below and links to where you can get them. I am an Amazon affiliate, so if you click on the links down below, it'll help the channel out. We collect a very small percentage of what people spend after they go through the links below. It doesn't increase your price any, it just, we get a small commission for referring you to the site. So I wanted to leave that in there for disclosure purposes. Sorry about that, I got the radio going. Like I said, we are having thunderstorms, so I've got my ham radio sitting in here going. Until next time, have a good evening and keep preparing. Oh, before I shut this off, and I want to say an extra thank you to Survivor Metal Man for tagging me in his video, and I'll leave a link to his YouTube page and the particular video down below. Have a good evening. Stay prepared.